Yes, and it sounds tonight of Arctic Myland. That one goes out to Jen, my love. This is Blue Please here on WoW Radio with myself, Total Biscuit. The sap is over. That's the only soppy bit that you get in this particular episode. Sorry, guys, if you like that kind of thing, well, I hear there's a lot of daytime TV shows that probably get you up. Right, let's get on with this show. We've got the illusion of choice. I'm going to read a couple of emails on the issue of GM inconsistency before I do that. And that's something, I think we're going to revisit this next show. I'm going to keep this open. So if there are any GMs listening, or you have friends GMs that might like to comment, then by all means, get them to send them in to me. I do promise their anonymity, if they wish to keep that anonymity. So, I've got a couple of emails here. Right. This one is from Nick Lang, also known as Illyrian. He said this: just this week, the Wrathgate pre-quest is bugged out and I was unable to continue the quest chain. I contacted a GM who told me you can't even write! That's not how you spell ineligible. Anyway, it's illegible is what it is. I was ineligible for the quest chain and that he couldn't give me gameplay hints. I should discuss it on the forums. Even though I could prove I had completed all the necessary pre-quests for the Wrathgate quest chain, I was told the GM could not help me. I contacted the GM again the next day. I was told by the GM that he would look into it and get back to me. That was 5 days ago. For simple stuff, GM seemed perfectly capable of handling the situation, but anything remotely complicated or unusual, they seem to fall over and explode. Well, again, I think that's a problem of the system that they're working within, not the actual GM itself. You know, we can safely assume that GMs are not stupid. The problem is that they're given a set of guidelines which is probably not particularly well written. You know, there's a reason why they have lawyers to draft legislation and stuff like that, because actually writing stuff, writing a set of rules, writing a set of regulations is hard, because you don't know when to necessarily apply them, because there's all manner of different interpretations. You know, being a draftsman, indeed, is a hard job. So, I'm not going to blame the GMs. I don't want to blame the GMs. I want to blame the structure that they're working within. I have another email. This is from Sean K. And he says, apparently the reason the theme was banned was that the GM said he could tag mobs, but didn't say he could do it in instances. He would leave the group and be re-invited. Also, in the places the GM response is shown, there are a few little gaps and a tiny bit of bad grammar. I've heard some people say that the theme did a bit of cut and paste work, but I don't believe it. Still, he didn't say anything about instance regrouping and tagging. In fact, this is one of the reasons the Hearth thing was implemented. Yeah. Well, I mean, the problem that I've got with that, again, is that it's not clear, you know. It's like, hey, the mob tag method is legit. Didn't say we could do it in instances, but it doesn't matter, because they said the mob tag method is legitimate. You don't ban somebody for doing that, especially if it hasn't come up before, and you don't have a rule on it. You don't ban them arbitrarily for it. No, you do not do that, because they have discovered a way of doing things, which is a logical evolution from a way that you already said was okay. You can't just turn around and then reverse it and say, oh no, actually, that's not okay, ban. That's not good enough, because that ain't in the rules. The rules and regulations, the stuff that you sign up for, that is not in the rules. You don't sign up to agree to that. So banning somebody for that and reducing their levels is absolutely unforgivably unacceptable, in my opinion. And I don't care who it's to. It could be to Adolf Hitler, and I would still think that it was a injustice. Right, okay. It's time for the illusion of choice. Yes. That's the sound of the window breaking back in Epic in 2006. Things I do for my country. Right, I've got one for here, which I rather like, and I'm going to therefore use it. At least I did rather like it, unfortunately. There we go, yes. Here we go. And he says, this one is from Kandaris on EU. He's from an Anachronous EU, from the Legends of Azeroth on Alliance. He's a Night Elf balanced druid. Yay, owls. Everyone is fond of owls. Except for Arthas and Shrews and Simon Cowles. And he says this: hey TB, what's your opinion about the world's worst... That was the best Freudian slip I've had this show. Give myself a round of applause for that one. Absolutely. Yes. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Let's try that one again. Hey TB, what's your opinion about the world's first level 80? Do you think it's a waste of gameplay or shows skill and just determination, etc.? Peace. That is an interesting issue, and it follows on very nicely from the whole theme thing. Let me get this out there straight away. This is my personal opinion. This is my personal belief when it comes to doing things like this. If it doesn't negatively affect somebody else, then it is okay by me. Indeed, the Athene method, the mob tagging method in the instance, is even better than mob tagging outside of the instance, because it doesn't take away mobs that other people could be using. Yes, see? What he did was actually consider it. I'll put that in your pipe and smoke it. Anyway, if somebody wants to rush to level 80 and they want to get that achievement and all that stuff, then that is entirely up to them. That is their business. Indeed, we should be thanking them because they are going to be ahead of the wave. That means there's one less person taking up the mobs that we're supposed to be killing. More people did that, we'd have a far more spread out kind of curve going on. It would be awesome. I am okay with that. I am okay with people trying to go for realm first or world first, anything. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's an achievement, and I'm not saying just a little achievement in-game, an actual achievement. If they feel that it is an achievement and they have to achieve it, it's a goal of theirs, it's something they want to get, then more power to them, because they are the determined people that drive the game onwards. Because if we were all casuals, then yeah, you'd say, oh, well, Blizzard wouldn't have to develop half the content. Yeah, and how sucky would that be? You know? People seem to be of the belief that more content is a bad thing? No. You'd have to be mad to argue that. No, absolutely not. More content is a good thing. So all of these people rushing to 80, you know, they're going to pressure Blizzard to get a new instance out, as it should be. There wasn't enough in to begin with. I am okay with people doing that. I am absolutely okay. Do I think it's a waste of time? Well, WoW is a waste of time. I mean, for instance, think about it this way. If, for instance, you were working and you got maybe 3 days off to play Wrath and you did nothing more than power level and got to 80, would that have been a waste of time? No, it would have been an efficient use of your time. You'd have used your leisure time in that compressed time to get up to 80, which means you can get into the content faster. You know, the regular raiding content, the stuff that we do when we come home from work and we sit down and we chill out and we play WoW. You wouldn't be tempted to sit there for 10, 12 hours on a working day power leveling, because that wouldn't be too good and you probably wouldn't get into work. Not a good thing. Socially unacceptable, as it were. So, yes, I think it's okay. I absolutely think it's okay. It's not personally something that I would do. You know? I mean, I'm trying to get my tailoring up pretty high, but I know I'm not going to be realm first. Absolutely not. The price of Frostweave, not a chance. I only just reactivated my character before the Wrath. I had 68 gold to my name. I don't have thousands of gold, and I'm certainly not going to buy it, because that would be a hollow achievement. Aside from various other objections that I have to that. So, I'm okay with it. And I think it's a good thing. Do I think that it requires skill? Well, WoW doesn't really require much skill. I think we've already gone over that. I don't know. I suppose if you could qualify pushing buttons in the right order as skill, then I suppose there's a lot of very skilled monkeys around. They're also capable of doing that. It's like saying reading is a skill, writing is a skill, you know, performing simple tasks is a skill. It's not really. But I suppose you want to call it skill in the context of WoW, then by all means. It shows a certain amount of determination. Good lord, it shows a massive amount of determination. You gotta be kidding. The drive you must have to do that is unbelievable. It is beyond anything that I personally have experienced. I've never, ever, ever got into a state like that. No, never. I've never had that kind of drive to sit there and do that. And actually push through the barriers of tiredness, the barriers of boredom, or whatever other barriers you want to throw in the way. Whatever hurdles. It doesn't matter. They do it, and that is astounding. That is something that should be lauded. I don't think it's something that should be mocked by any stretch. I think it's something that should be lauded in the context of the game. And people say, well, oh, well, it's sad, blah, blah, blah. You know what? The only achievements that matter in WoW are the achievements in WoW. Yeah? That's what matters. It's like you laud Nihilum for getting world firsts. You don't insult Nihilum for spending a lot of time in the game. Who cares? You also spend time in the game. Everyone here is a big nerd. Absolutely everybody. By the context and the standard of the rest of the world. We don't need any more infighting, thank you very much. The fact that they spent a lot of, you know, X number of hours doing it, that doesn't matter. That doesn't take away from what they did. They still did something that you didn't or couldn't. Doesn't matter if you didn't want to, they did something that you didn't or couldn't. They were the first. That means nobody else did it before them. That's an achievement. That is actually an achievement. That's not a jump 65 feet and not die. That is an actual achievement, and I don't care what you think of it. What bothers me more than anything is they took away the title. They took away the actual title that came with it. You get the achievement, but you don't get the title, because people would get too upset by it. Wow, wow, wow. Bloody casuals. Seriously, it's the first time I'm actually going to genuinely say that. Damn casuals. Ruining it for everybody. What is wrong with the Realm First, level 80, having a title that indicates that? What is wrong with that? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Next you're going to complain, I couldn't get a hand of a doll because I wasn't good enough. Yeah, you're right, you're not good enough. You don't get a badge just for participating. This isn't preschool. You don't get a gold star for turning up. No. You get trophies, you get gold stars, ribbons, rewards, and medals for actually doing something. Getting off your ass, or in this case, getting on your ass and doing something in WoW. That's what you get your achievements for. That's a good thing. These people should be lauded for that. I'm not interested in how much of their life they whittled away on it. All that matters is the context within World of Warcraft. So yeah, I don't really get it when people complain about it. It's personally not something that I would do. I don't think it's a very skillful thing. I certainly don't think it's a waste of gameplay either. Just bear this in mind. Everyone has a different way of playing, and everyone has a different way of seeing the game. Some people care a lot about the lore. Some people like to do the quests. Some people like PvP. Some people like raiding. Some people like saving thousands of gold to get a bloody bag from Harris Pilton. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they enjoy as long as they enjoy doing it and it's not negatively affecting anybody else. It doesn't negatively affect anyone else when someone rushes to 80. If they wish to skip content, that is their prerogative. Not everybody likes your questing, Blizzard. I'm sorry to say it, not everyone does. I'd say that a lot more do, after Wrath. I do. You got one at least. You got me. Well done. Very well done. But not everybody likes questing. Just as not everyone likes PvP, or raiding, or all manner of other things. There are all sorts of elements of WoW that some people just do not like. Now, is it more acceptable to not like one over another? Or to like one over another? No, it's not more or less acceptable. It's personal preference. You pays your money, you takes your choice. At the end of the day, they're paying the $15. And they're playing within the framework of the game. The game has allowed them to do that. It's not like you're saying, oh, well, I'm paying $15 to want the same epics. It's like, you have access to the same epics. You just need to go and do the raids. Everyone has an equal opportunity from the get-go. The playing field begins level. Yeah? And it stays level, it's just some people run to the touchdown line faster. It is a sports metaphor. That's just the way of it. Some people are faster than others, some people are better at certain things than others, and that's okay. Diversity, variety, the spice of life. Would we want everyone to be the same? Everyone to hit level 80 at the same time? Good lord, I would not want to be the ones camping those quest points, I tell you that. Oh no. So level 80, well done to everyone who did it. Well done. And to the people who are still getting there. You've done a good job. You're level 80, now just wait for me so that I can get some epics from Nax with you, please. My name has been Total Biscuit, this has been Blue Please here on WoW Radio, and it's time for some shout-outs. Got a couple of minutes to give you shout-outs, folks, so please email me, the murloc@gmail.com, or PM me on IRC. I'm going to give a quick shout-out to my guild, TBG, or I'm now going to call him the Puce Guard. That's the way of it, the Pie Guard. Shout-out to Pie Wagon, a mighty, mighty man that he is. I want to quick shout-out to Pusa, who's probably actually asleep by now. A shout-out to whoever invented sushi. She is so full. There you go. Yeah, Jen actually likes sushi as well, so that's two women that I know who are big fans of sushi. I'm not really sure why you'd eat raw fish with avocados and stuff in the middle, but whatever floats your boat. Personal preference. Variety is the spice of life, and sushi is the filler of people. A shout-out to Cake Time from IMO. I don't know what that is. I have no idea. A shout-out to all of Grimbatol EU. I'm not there anymore. Yeah, you want to know why I'm not there? Because you suffered 1,000-person queues. I knew this was going to happen, so I moved to a low-pot realm. It's like 80% horde. It's hilarious. I can gank Alliance at will, and they can't do anything about it. That might be due to the fact that I could do 10k damage in the matter of a second, but, you know, Arcane is perfectly balanced. Said it before, said it again. It's perfectly balanced and good lord. I'm specking out of it as soon as I get the opportunity. Hello, TB Ragavali. Oh, is that... What's that? Ragavali? I don't know. Hello, TB Ragavali here. Shout out to everyone on Doomhammer EU and to me for dinging 80. Happy face. Give more Kunga-related Nubcake news. They are awesome. No, I've run that joke into the ground. Shout out to Dipper Doritos, helping my sanity while I grind daily. That's Illyrian. I hate Doritos. Things are awful. Absolutely awful. Apparently, Cake Time is Ioma's tank. There you go. Cake Time. We have a guy called Pie Wagon. It's great. Shout out to Dalaran. Lots of achievements like the coins and the rat. Achievements. Is that achieving anything? I don't know, but that's from Shino, Sino. I have no idea. You guys should come up with way better names that actually make some degree of sense. That would be very, very nice. Shout out must also go to those of you who've donated actually over the past week. We've actually a few donations in, that's great. If you do donate to WoW Radio, you actually get access to Donators Forums, which has exclusive content and podcasts. We're looking to upgrade our servers so that we can increase the quality of our podcasts. We want to put them all out. If you notice there, we've got Pug up right now. Pug's a great show. You should tune into it on Saturdays or check it out on the podcast feed. It's actually in 96 kbps. It sounds awesome. We want to do more of that, so we want some new servers. So if you do want to donate, by all means, you can donate to wowradiodonations@gmail.com via PayPal. Every little helps, and it's very much appreciated, and you will be rewarded. A shout out to the Guild Legacy of Grimbatol EU. That's from Cluzo, and I had trouble No, I'm absolutely not reading that. Anyway, there we go, yes. Rebound. I had trouble understanding your position on the 25th of November when you wrote about it on the forums, but now I get it and agree with you, so big shout out to you for being awesome. Yay! Ego patting. That's from Rebus, Draenei Mage on Deathwing US. I am out of time, folks. Sorry to say it. That is me done. You have been listening to WoW Radio. Blue Please. I'm out of here. Stay tuned for WoW Things Considered after this. And remember, 7 PM GMT, that's 2 PM Eastern Standard Time next week. That will be the time slot from here on in. My name has been Total Biscuit. Thank you ever so much for listening. You have been awesome. Good night.